Shalom. The second mitzvah, according to Maimonides, is the mitzvah of circumcision. It's based on Genesis chapter 17, verse 10. Every male among you shall be circumcised. Isaac was circumcised at 8 days old, and that is the day that's considered to be obligatory for Jewish males. It's incumbent on the father to circumcise his son. You can delegate that authority. I do have a separate video on birth and some of the rituals. The circumcision must take place as early on the 8th day as possible. And if there's any medical problem, you can postpone the circumcision, but otherwise it has to be on the 8th day. And somebody who has not had a ritual circumcision but is circumcised to be convert to Judaism or to be considered to have fulfilled this mitzvah, they have to have something called a hatafat brit, a symbolic circumcision. Now, why? According to Maimonides, that whenever you make an incision on the human body, you weaken it. This has been prescribed to weaken the sex drive of man so he will be not excessively stimulated. Chinuch has a different view. He says this mitzvah is on the organ of procreation, that you achieve closer perfection to God. Now, if this was true, he says, then why wasn't every human being born uncircumcised? To show that perfection is not something that comes ready-made. We have to work for it. Then we have the view of Kli Yakar, who said that the removal of the foreskin through circumcision is symbolic of the removal of the spiritual barrier that may separate the heart of man from God. So those are some of the different views by some of the commentators about this mitzvah. It's the mitzvah, the second mitzvah of Judaism, according to Maimonides in the Torah, in this chapter of Genesis, chapter 17. And of course, Jews have always circumcised our sons. And I discussed in my other video about some of the medical issues. Of course, there's some anti-Semites who say that we shouldn't be circumcising, but the medical evidence is quite clear that it helps in lots of regards. But in any case, it's a spiritual and religious law and a commandment.